I'm not much of an AK guy, but I decided to go ahead and get one just to learn the platform, get some practice, and hopefully be proficient with it. And this is what I decided to get. It's an underfolder from Century Arms. On the receiver, it says, made in Serbia, Zastava, Serbia. And from what I understand, this is an MPAP pattern rifle, which means that it has this longer handguard with 3 slots in it instead of 2. And I understand there's a few other differences from a standard AK, but I really like the underfolding stock on this gun. It makes it really compact, and it doesn't add any width to the gun when it's folded, you know, like a side folder would. And to unfold it, we'll press this button that unlocks the stock, and then there's a friction fit on the buttstock, and just lower it with some force. These guns are really super easy to operate. There's very few controls in it. We have our safety selector, and we have our charging handle, and our magazine release, and that's it. There's no bolt hold open, you know, there's no bolt release. Just very simple to operate. And but you can hold the bolt back by using the safety. So if you're at a range where you have to show empty by having the bolt back, that's the way to do it. And you can release it just by moving the safety to fire. For sighting, we have this A-frame style front sight. It's adjustable for elevation, and it also adjusts in the front for windage. And this one, I regulated this gun at 100 yards, and the front sight is just about in the center, so there's absolutely no cant on this front sight. And then in the rear, we have a simple notch, just like what you find on a pistol. And there's distance marks all the way up to 1,000 yards. Let's check the trigger pull. No magazine. Chamber's empty. £4 pounds, 12 ounces. And this trigger is pretty nice. There's a little bit of take up, and then it breaks with just a little bit more pressure. Very nice and clean. And then the reset, very tactile and very audible, and it goes all the way to the front of the travel. I think this is probably the nicest trigger that I've felt on an AK47. It's actually really nice. So far, I'm really impressed with the quality of this gun. There's a couple of things that weren't that great. The finish was really rough on the handguards, and so I decided to sand it with some 220 grit and then 360 grit, and I put a coat of linseed oil on it, so now it looks really nice. And I replaced the stock plastic grip with this wooden one that I found in a surplus shop. The buttstock, it locks up nice and tight. There's a little bit of vertical wiggle, and since this stock is pretty much in line with the barrel, the recoil doesn't slap you in the cheek like other underfolders that I've shot. And it's stayed pretty tight. There's still a good friction fit on the butt plate, and it locks up nice and tight, both open and closed. And so far I have about maybe 500 rounds through it. Nothing's loosened up, and I'm just having a lot of fun shooting this gun.